Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for January 27th, 2016. The Attleboro City Council and Mayor Kevin Dumas have begun a new term in office with a number of new projects in the works for the next 2 years. We briefly sat down with the mayor to learn more.
It was a big year, 2 years, certainly for the city's redevelopment authority. You saw great progress happen on the automatic north parcel, which is now Renaissance Station North, which led to 80 residential units, and there'll be commercial space on the first floor. The next portion that you'll see coming up in 2016 will be the development of the second parcel, which is that parcel of land right in front of the bus loop, but right across from where the new building went up on the corner of South Main and Wall. That'll be Renaissance Station South. But you also saw the starting of the construction of Riverfront Drive, and that's the new connector roadway from Olive Street out to Wall Street. And half of that has been completed. The other half cannot, because the city in its 11 acres is still using the DPW Highway Division, which is located on that property. We started and broke ground, and we're about over halfway complete now of the facility that they're going to be moving to. And that's over on Lamb Street, 101 Lamb, and that's at the base of the Thatcher Street Bridge. That'll be wrapped up in the spring. The Highway Division for DPW will be moving over there in order for us to do the demolition of their existing place on Wall Street. So as soon as that's demolished and they can move, that will lead the way for the rest of Riverfront Drive to be created, and also at the same time, where the DPW is today, out to the 10-mile river, that'll be the creation of the new Riverfront Park. So it's a multi-million-dollar project over a series of many years. We started some major water projects over the past 2 years that we're wrapping up now. Hoppin Hill Reservoir is off of Route 120 in North Attleboro. Very large body of water. We had to take that completely offline, and that's empty right now, and it has been for the good part of almost a year now. And that's because we're redoing the dam and the spillway at that Hoppin Hill Reservoir that was required for us to do for some long-term maintenance. We're looking to have that project complete by May at the latest of this year, 2016, which will provide for then the filling of that massive reservoir, and that can only fill by Mother Nature. One of the things that the city doesn't have is a master plan to replace water mains in the city. Every year there's water main breaks, just typically because pipes are metal and the ground shifts up and down. And typically when you have older mains, there is the tendency that those mains will break. So we need to start to identify those areas of most need that really need to have their sections done first. Again, it's going to be very costly. It's probably going to be a 30 to 40 year plan to spread out the debt and to spread out the construction over a long period of time in order to really adequately make sure that we're providing safe drinking water that's reliable to over 43,000 people who live in the city. Over the next 2 years, we're going to be working on the next sector of our urban renewal plan, and we're looking at half the block. So it would be from the intersection at Park and Union up to, not including, but up to the Foster Building, right up past the old Salvation Army, the old Kids Town. It's literally 50% of the block on that side of the street. And we're looking to continue on with the Union Street District Urban Renewal Plan to be able to take that property, hopefully by negotiation, but if not, it would be by eminent domain through an urban renewal plan, and to be able to help initiate the next step of the plan and turn it into something more useful. So again, more housing units in the downtown. It'll have new storefronts down the first floor to help support what happens there. Another one is the starting off with the feasibility of the Attleboro High School project, the renovation project, which is going to be a long project, certainly with students being there in the building, to be able to go through and to work with a design consultant and feasibility to figure out how do we work on a multi-level step renovation project with students in place. And how do we go through and to rehabilitate that, always keeping in mind certainly fiscally and being fiscally responsible, but how the heck do we do it? Bringing on a consultant to help us do that. So the schools will be directly involved certainly with that process, and the faculty leading the facility will be involved in that process, and also the city will be involved with that too. So there's a lot of things going on that not only for the past 2, but the next 2. And I always talk about that we're not the status quo isn't sufficient, and we're always looking forward to the next steps. So this is just the layout for the next 2 years, but certainly many things that we're looking favorably moving forward onto the future as well.